So before the days of modern technology and refrigeration systems, if you wanted to keep something preserved or cool through the summer and warmer months, they had to cut ice from ponds or lakes, and I wanted to kind of demonstrate that here today. We don't have that much ice on the pond here, but as you can see, I've got a chunk already cut here, about 4 or 5 inches, but they would generally wait till it was about a foot thick. They would have a huge operation going, and they'd have 80 people working on this, and they'd be cutting tons of ice a day, because you figure if you want it to last through the summer, you got to have a lot of ice stored up. And what they would do is you'd have an ice house or something, and you'd pack it full of big blocks of ice, and then you'd coat it with sawdust or hay or something to keep it insulated. And you'd be surprised how many months this would actually last, even in the hot temperatures of the summer, even in the 80s and 90s degree temperatures. It would last, and you'd still have ice in there. It would keep it cool. It wouldn't be like freezing temperatures, but it would be cool enough to keep things preserved that needed to be in the cooler temperatures. And even on ships they would do this. They would have ice stored up and keep things preserved that way. So I thought it would be neat just to cut some ice here. I'm using a chainsaw. Of course they would have used hand saws, and later on they'd have powered saws as well, but it's not the best way to do it with a chainsaw. I just wanted to demonstrate how to cut chunks of ice and how it would be done. And I've also got a ice tong here. It's an old ice tong, you can see, and I'll demonstrate in a minute how that's used to pick up the blocks of ice. And it's just a really neat part of history, the way they would cut ice like this. And maybe I'll store up some of these chunks with some sawdust or hay, whatever I can find in the barn, because it's kind of cool down in the lower part of the barn. And we'll store up some of these and we'll see how long they last into the summer. So that's kind of a neat little experiment we'll try here. Alright, let me start the chainsaw up and we'll get to work. So I got 3 more chunks out of here. Now I'm going to demonstrate how you use the ice tongs to pull them out of there. That's basically how they would do it. They cut it with a hand saw or mechanical saw and pull it out with tongs, sort of like this. You can see it's got sharp edges, and it really digs into the ice good. So that works really neat. And also something I was thinking we could do along with the experiment of seeing how long the ice lasts. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up a bunch more pieces of ice, and then maybe put some food inside of the ice, maybe make a little compartment where I can put some food, put it in a bag or something, and then cover it up with more ice and sawdust. I thought that would be kind of fun to do and see how long the food lasts too. So I'll make a short second part to this video where I go into the barn, we make a little area, and put the ice and sawdust and straw and all that and the food in there. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.